What you're looking at is the Mokwheel Oynx. This is a 1300 watt mid-drive, sporting the truck run mid-drive motor. We've got Tektro calipers and rotors. Rotors are 203 front and rear. Tektro brake grips. We've got Mokwheel grips. One thing this bike is missing, and I think most bikes need it, at least I do, for my type of riding, needs a rack, needs a luggage rack. You got to carry tools. I'm just a firm believer in that. A lot of people may get away with it. You break down one time, it'll probably be the last time you ever do it. Comes with Chow Yang 4-inch fat tire, 26-inch fat tire. Does have adjustable shocks front and adjustable rear shock. Bike's a little dirty, excuse my dirt. This is a 10-speed Hughes rear derailleur, Shimano 10-gear cassette, and we got the Shimano shifter up front. So okay, we're going to get this powered on so you can take a look at it. It's got a really neat display. The display is actually part of the stem riser, so it's all incorporated. So you can, and it's adjustable up and down. I got it tilted up a little bit. It's actually pretty good where I'm at, and I can read it good. It is a pretty crisp display. And you have your 5-pedal assist. You just, you know, up to get up, and then you hit the minus button to go back down. So you can double push, it's typical, to get into your display, and there's your brightness, and it goes through all the units. Most bikes have that. I don't need to go through them, but yeah, so you can get through all your ride modes that way. It does have a shift throttle, and it times out and goes back to the main display. But nice frame. I like the frame. The color's growing on me. Depending on the sunlight, I'll be honest, I liked it at first. It looked like it was kind of like a brownish bronze, and now sitting here it almost has a purplish tint to it. Maybe a mauvish or something like that. But anyway, it is a nice, it's a nice frame. Clean welds. They've polished up all the welds, ground them down to where it's smooth. They spent some time on this frame. Even the welds that are still exposed are nice welds. There's no big blobs there. Really nice bike. I think it's 88 pounds the way it sits. Fenders aren't too bad. You might have to do some adjustments. They get a little bit of rattle, and sometimes this bracket underneath that you can't really see is loose. You tighten that. I wrap some electrical tape around it, and makes a big difference. But well-made bike. The frame is a solid frame. Your typical nothing to write home about. Headlight, it does work. No tail light, no turn signals. So pretty expensive bike to be missing that stuff, but it is a very comfortable ride. And we're going to go out and try and show this one off. So it's got decent pedals. They're wide enough. I usually change my pedals anyways. You can see these are stiff, but get some ones with nicer bearings. You know, they cut corners here and there, but overall you got a really nice frame. You've got some nice components. One thing this bike does have, got your lever here. You've got a locking adjustable seat. So you got two adjustments. This main post you can raise and lower, and then this one to fine tune. Really pretty nice. It works for me. Trying to get, if you're a shorter person, that allows you to get to the height you need, and if you're coming to a stop you can lower it, and that way you can reach the ground. Your feet can reach the ground. So it's a semi-tall bike. I've been on taller, but you can see the ground clearance. It does sit up pretty high. So just an all around, I think it's a really neat looking frame. So good looking bike. All right, well, let's get out there for a ride. I brag about it. Now we're going to do it. All right. Starting off in pedal assist 1. This is a torque sensor. So you're going to go as fast as hard as you pedal. We're going to go into 2. 3. 'Alright. Get her shifted up. The motor cuts out for about a second as you shift gears. All right, I am in 3rd, going into 4th. I am in 8th gear. Bike seems well balanced. You pedal harder, you put more effort into the pedals, you can see. You start picking up speed. We're going to go into 5th. And I'm pedaling. This bike is out there for exercise. You're going to pedal this bike. And that's what the torque sensor is meant to do. It's not like the cadence where you just put very little effort, it's going to turn that motor on. This, the faster you pedal, the faster you're going to go. So the more work you put into the bike, the more workout you're going to get. I'm pedaling pretty good right now. There is no ghost pedaling. You're right on the edge of ghost pedaling, but you give a solid pedal. Ninth. A little breezy today. Very comfortable seat. This is one seat you probably won't have to change. They're 4-disc caliper brake, hydraulic. Biggest thing about this bike, difference from a hub motor, the mid-drive motor, you got a downshift. It's a lot of stress on the motor. If you come to a stop and you're in 10th gear, 9th gear, your upper gears, it'll do it, but you're putting stress on your chain and your cassette, so you can wear out your cassette faster. So this and there's nothing wrong with that. Once you get used to it, it becomes automatic. But if you're riding both styles, kind of like what I do, this is my first mid-drive, so I'm still used to riding a hub motor bike. So here we come, and we're going to downshift, and we're good to go. So see there, then you can just upshift. And I don't know if you can hear that, but you can hear the motor kick out for a second, shift, kicks right back in. And you get used to that, it'll become natural. It's almost, you know, if you've driven a stick in a car, it's the same thing really, is what it is. Exactly the same. So now this is made for hills climbing. The torque sensor is really a good hill climber. They say, you know, that's far superior than your cadence. I've got cadence sensors on most of my bikes, and they climb hills just fine. So I know that's a preference to a lot, and I won't argue anybody's thoughts, but you know, I like my cadence. It's a lot smoother ride, and when I want to work out, I can work out. And when I just want to move my legs, not that I'm ghost pedaling, but move my legs and feel the pedal, well, that's what I like about my cadence. So the torque sensor, you'll have to work sometimes. Again, you got a thumb throttle, so I can use my thumb throttle to climb a hill if I want to. And here we are, we're climbing a hill, and thumb throttle's taking me right up there. So got a car coming up on my back. All right. And they're coming up behind me, so I'll go slow here and let them get around me. And this from a dead stop is what I'm talking about, that you want to be in your lower gear. Okay, here we're coming up on my long hill. Let's see what she does. I'm pedaling not hard. The motors are kicking in. So if you're out on open road, I think this would be a great touring bike. Probably not the best bike, in my opinion anyways, for city riding. Alright, we're gonna pedal. I'm still climbing the hill, so I'm burning my thighs. we're still climbing, but we kind of planed out a little bit. It's not as steep right here. This is a long hill. It's got me up to 25. I'm leaning into it. I don't know if you can see, I'm pedaling, but not pedaling that hard. It's my force. Okay, we're gonna get on the bike path here, so all right. We're in pedal assist 5. It looks like 8th gear. How are we doing? 8th gear. And that's really kind of soft. Let me, and I'm learning this bike. I'm going down to 4. Going down to 3. There we go. Uh-oh. Okay. I'll beat him. There we go. It's actually pretty smooth. I mean, this grass, you don't even feel it. And it's not the bumpiest grass, but the shocks on this thing's pretty nice. Might need to adjust my grips a little bit, point them up a little bit to rest my palms. Because that's what's nice about these ergonomic grips. You got a place to rest your palms. So I'm good right now. I think I'm in 7th. It's hard to tell by this shifter. I don't know if you can adjust that. It could be 8th. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to find out. Well, let me get through this little bridge. So it only shows kind of weird. Okay. Okay, that could be 6th. There's 5th, I believe. Okay, we're in pedal assist 2. I'm dropping down. Pedal assist 2, I think 5th gear. We're gonna find out. There's 4th gear, 3rd gear, 2nd gear, 1st gear. Yeah, that's 1st gear. Okay. The outer trigger here, this trigger is your downshifting. The one on the outside of the bar is your upshifting, which is what we're going to do right now. So I just went into 2nd, went into 3rd, and there you can feel it. Boy, but it's almost useless at this speed. I mean, I feel the whole pedal, but I'm barely moving. And I guess, you know, you'll kill yourself. I'm pedaling pretty hard. So I just went into 4th. Okay, now it's getting more comfortable. This is probably a good cart path. Pedal assist 2. Well, I don't know. It looks like 6th gear. All right. I'm getting myself confused. We're going to go back. So that should be 5th, I guess. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, yeah. All right. Third, 4th, 5th. Okay. We're going to go up one more. I'm in 5th. 6th is better. 6th is comfortable. Pedal assist 2, gear 6. Comfortable pedaling. I'm feeling the pedal the whole way, but it ain't burning. But this is a good workout. If you want to work out, this is where you want to be. For me anyways. Again, you know, everybody's built different. Hey, I'm going to try and make my, there you go. You guys, I mean, those bumps are just smooth. I've got other bikes, well, I feel those bumps even here more than what I did here. I went up to 7. Actually, I'm going to go to pedal assist 3 too. We'll get into this new subdivision, and there's a bunch of new roads to explore on. We'll do the speed test. Try to anyways. We'll do a throttle. We'll do the pedal assist. You know what I failed to mention, this bike has a little bell. It's kind of neat. It's got a good ring to it. It's kind of loud. Sends out a pitch. Okay. We want to, we're in 6th, 7th. We're going to cruise a little bit. We're going to go up to 4, pedal assist 4. I mean, this thing, it really does shift pretty smooth. All right. Boy, it does work you out. It does work you out. No one around. I think I'm in 8. We're going to go to I should have been in 10th. You guys, I'm not built for it. Sorry. At least not a long enough straightaway. I thought I'd be fine here. I'm gonna have to go on one of my back roads. Whew. Yeah. That kind of wore me out, but this bike's a nice cruise, guys. I'm getting it now. Need a little bit of flat ground to start this bike, to get used to it anyways. I don't mean to start it. You start out on a bunch of hills, and if that's all you got, this bike may wear you out. I'm in 5th, pedal assist 5, I mean, and 10th gear, and that's just comfortable. Boy, that's a comfortable pedal. I'm doing 20. I could go faster, but I'm barely pedaling. I feel the pedal the whole way. All right, I dropped her down. I don't know if you saw that. So I'm in 7th. A big difference though. There's a big difference. Pedal assist 5, 7th gear. Well, you see that I dropped down 5 miles per hour also. But you can pick that up by pedaling. The bike leans really well too. You know how you get on some of them bikes, you don't want to lean them, you want to steer them. This bike, you can lean it. Some of these bikes can be pretty expensive. So if you buy an expensive bike and you don't make it fit you, you're going to feel like you wasted your money. And a lot of times it ain't so much the bike, that you just didn't make it fit you. I've got some cheap bikes, and they turned out to be really good bikes because I adjusted them to fit me and maybe added a few things. Might have added a seat, might have added a suspension seat post, added a stem riser. See, all that makes a difference. There's not a single bike I own that I didn't have to add a stem riser. Well, this one I didn't. Actually, this came with one. So, but I raised it up. Am I going to get the cheat here? I'm cheating. There we go. Yeah, this bike is smooth, guys. It's upright. I've got it adjusted to be upright, but I like this position, and it fits me well right here. So I'm going into 9th. See what 9th does. And it's kind of weird. Like I said, it's like a true transmission. You feel it stiffen up when you shift into that upper gear. And then it smooths out again. Yeah, if you guys want a good exercise bike, and I'm going to say this is probably one of the best bikes I've ridden that I would consider good exercise, because you are constantly feeling the pedal. There is no ghost pedaling. Now, it's too windy. I'm going to go get on some back roads that I have a good straightaway. I want to see top speed. There was one review I watched. The guy was claiming 38 miles an hour, and I think at one point he even said 40. Yeah, I don't, I'm not to pick on anybody's reviews. I'm not even going to say his name because I'm not trying to pick on anybody's reviews. I'm 225 pounds. So he did look a little bit thinner than me. I ain't going to say by a whole lot. I'm going to call him, he was at least 200. So, but anyways, 40 miles an hour on this bike. Now, did he adjust the wheel size? So if you go into adjustments, and most time if you turn the wheel up, it'll raise your speed. And that's where I think some of these manufacturers are getting away with their claim. They've got the wheel diameter set higher than what a true GPS would rate you at. So, you guys, this is just smooth right here. Not that it's super bumpy, but you don't feel, it just absorbs it. I like that. And I love the display. It's really neat. I can see it. It's still, it's a little dull, and I might not have it on its brightest setting, but I can read it. And it's pretty accurate. My GPS, well, they're bouncing back and forth from 15. The bike monitor says 15.8. So, okay, we're going down. How we doing? Guys, it's time for me to go. I like that. Okay, we're going to shifter. Here's a decent straightaway. Of course, I got a lot of headwind, guys. I've got throttle going. Climbing though, I'm climbing right now. But at the rate I'm pedaling, I'm maxing out at 26. Bike monitor says, okay, now I'm going downhill. It's 28, 29 bike monitor, GPS 28. All right. All throttle going up this hill. We'll all throttle. Still throttling, starting to climb uphill again. We're going to pedal. Probably need to go ahead and shift her up. All right, I'm intense. Yeah, I'm intense. Got to get used to the shifting, and by what I mean is, what gear do I really need to be in at per mile per hour? So I downshifted back there. I went down 3 gears. I was in 10th, went down to 7th, and as soon as I made the turn and started pedaling, it almost sounded like the chain jammed a little bit. So I might have been in between gears and settled in, so that the derailleur might need some fine tuning. But I mean, other than that, I think it shifts fine. So it's probably being in the right gear at the right time, which is a learning curve. I will say that. I'm just going to be flat out. For me, it's a learning curve. Again, this is my first mid-drive. So I'm used to hub motors and cadence sensors versus torque. So this is completely different for me. To get this bike to react, you gotta pedal. So, and I have nothing against pedaling, because I do more pedaling. I hardly use the throttle on my bikes. I do it if I'm crossing the road and I see traffic, I'll use the throttle. But if I'm just joyriding as I am right now, I don't use the throttle that much. I'm definitely getting used to it. We've been 11 miles. Top speed, according to GPS, was 29. Got downshift. Whoops. All right. So I felt like I did that good right there. right, we'll go up here a little ways. Let me get off of this hill, and I got a car coming. Give my legs a little bit of rest, and try and get a top speed. I want to see if this thing is really capable of mid-30s. So I think the bike itself is only rated, the company only rates the bike at 28, but there's been a lot of claims, and I've even seen a few videos where they were well over 30. Now, were they going downhill, level ground? Level ground is obviously the way to see what the bike can do. But all right. I got it at 27, guys. 28, 29, 30. Come on. Come on. You guys. Yeah, I got 31. You catch me on a better day, maybe 32. But guys, I'm happy. I'm happy at 31. It was like 31.6 or something like that. Whew. And guys, I mean, I'm in decent shape, but that's the main reason why I started riding these e-bikes, is to get in shape. So you got me breathing hard. Sorry about that if it's coming in on camera, because I am kind of out of breath. So I'm gonna just cruise for a little bit, get my wind back. Fresh air too. Yep, see, there you go. You got to remember. All right, doing a nice 20. I'm in 10th. Pedal assist 5, and cruising. So what I did see on some of my videos, they were getting 31, 32. So yeah, the bike's capable. Again, their rating for the bike is 28. So you got to give them credit for that. A lot of bikes, put it this way, you get up to 28 or 31 as I did, they're claiming the bike as a 36, 38 mile an hour bike. So I take my hats off because they went the opposite way, which is good, in my opinion. They didn't oversell the bike. They're letting the bike sell itself. Good cruising bike, guys. Very comfortable, man. It's really absorbs the road really well. You don't feel I'm on a country road, so it's really, they slurry chip it. It's not really asphalt, and it may look like asphalt now, which that's what it turns into basically, but so it's just rougher. It's not rolled out. They don't roll it. They come in and squirt down tar and come over, lay over top of it with crushed limestone, and just basically the traffic embeds it, so they don't roll it or do anything. So it's so anyways, bottom line, it's not the smoothest road out there, but you don't feel it on this bike. So I had this bike up on my rack, and they rode forever. They were really well balanced. A lot of bikes take them out of the box. Of course, they're going down the assembly line, so they're trying to build as many a day as they can. But you get a little wobble where they don't do the fine tuning, which you should. The buyer out of the box, you should do the fine tuning, and it's not that hard. It's a $5 tool, but a sprocket wrench. They're pretty easy. They're cheap. Anyways, just get in there, chase down the wobble. I'll tell you what I do. Get a zip tie and tape it on the frame somewhere to where the point is as close as you can get it to the outer part of the rim, not the tire, but the rim, and spin it. You don't have to spin it fast. You can just slowly spin it, and you'll see it go in and out. The rim will go in and out. And where it almost touches or is touching the zip tie, on the opposite side, you put that wrench on that opposite side spoke and tighten it, and it'll pull the rim that way. You do that throughout, and it's not a lot. Sometimes maybe a quarter turn, a half turn. And actually, you'll probably find out a lot of your spokes are kind of loose. So you get them tight, and if you're getting some popping as you're riding, that's very well a loose spoke that needs tightened. So basically the spokes are rubbing up against each other. But anyways, you could take a lot of wobble and make the bike more balanced by doing that. And it'll make a big difference on your ride. You guys, again, we're on the Mokwheel Oynx mid-drive. I got to ride this bike compliments of Papa Review. He's a YouTuber, does reviews. I'll put a link below. If you're interested in this bike, I'll put a link below for you to purchase it. All right, I'm hitting the throttle. We've been almost 18 miles and mostly pedaling. So taking a little break, hopefully you don't mind. I think the high today was only 60 something, and it's breezy. Hey, if you like what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel, Off-Road Jeff. Comment, let me know what you think. I'm trying to bring you some good bikes, bikes that I think are well worth mentioning. And check out Pop-Up Product Reviews. He is a good YouTuber, does a lot of product reviews, not just bikes. He does a lot of bikes, but he does all kinds of stuff. So he's got other things you might be interested in. But really does a good bike review. So he gets some primo bikes. Okay, guys, we're on our way home. I will leave a link to his channel and a discount code for this bike if you like it. You guys, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And if you like what you see, subscribe. Leave comments. I enjoyed the ride. Hopefully you guys did, and hopefully you come back. We'll see you now. Thanks again. Until next time. See ya.